All right, here it is, a quick tutorial on how to use the Instant Pot to cook your potatoes. First of all, buy some potatoes. All right, so one of the staples of my diet is potatoes, and I make them pretty much the same way every time. This is a super simple method to use the Instant Pot to make your potatoes. The first step is to buy some potatoes, and importantly, to buy the right kind of potatoes. I prefer to use Yukon Golds. They have a mild flavor, the skin is very tender, they're easy to eat right after they've been cooked. I eat them right out of my hand like an apple once I've refrigerated them overnight. So again, start with some Yukon Gold potatoes and then wash them, and I like to poke some holes in them before I cook them. So once you've washed your potatoes, you want to poke it. I recommend using a fork. Do not use a knife to poke your potatoes. This is in honor of someone. If you know, you know. Don't do it this way. Don't use a knife to poke your potatoes. Use a fork. I promise you, it's a much smarter idea. Potatoes. Making potatoes, yeah! All right, so the first thing we need to do is we need to put this trivet in the bottom of our pan. The purpose of the trivet is to make sure that the potatoes stay above the water. You don't want your water to be touching your potatoes because it will make them soggy. Next, we add 1 cup of water to the bottom of the pan. As you'll hopefully be able to see, the trivet holds the surface right above the level of the water. Then we take our freshly washed and poked potatoes and place them in the pan on top of the trivet. It's okay to stack them on top of one another. That is no problem at all. Now, I've cooked as many as 5 pounds worth of potatoes in this at one time. This isn't quite that much. Feel free to cook all 5 pounds at one time if you need to. Next, we place the lid on top of the Instant Pot and lock it in place. Now it's time to cook the potatoes. First, we turn on the power. Then we select pressure cook. And then we set our time to 14 minutes. You can see that I had been cooking beans previously, so I had the higher time there. So 14 minutes is the time, and then be sure to press start. What's going to happen is it's going to build pressure, then it's going to cook for the 14 minutes at pressure, and then I'm going to allow it to release the pressure naturally. So it does take more than 14 minutes total to cook them, but they're only under pressure for 14 minutes. Now at this point, we've completed the preheating and the pressure cooking, and we're 3 minutes into the keep warm cycle. You'll notice that it no longer says under pressure. I can open this at any time, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Before you open it, you do want to go ahead and use the release valve just to release any excess steam that's there. Please ignore the dishes in my sink. I can go ahead and open this up, and there we have perfectly cooked baked potatoes. Well, pressure cooked potatoes, if you will. I'll take these and I'll go ahead and put them in the refrigerator where I'll keep them overnight. And here we go, into the refrigerator. And they'll sit there and cool off, and tomorrow they will be ready to eat.
24 hours later.
Well, it is the next day. My potatoes have sat in the refrigerator overnight, and they are ready to be used in whatever way I would see fit to use a potato. You could turn it into mashed potatoes. You could heat it up in the microwave, put a little tahini or maybe some nutritional yeast on it. A little bit of salsa is great. They can be topped with a good vegan chili. There are lots of great ways to use this potato. You could make it into potato salad. You could smash it and bake it in the oven, making a twice-baked potato. Literally, there are endless ways that you could use it. This evening, I cut it up after heating it in the microwave and threw it into a tortilla along with sort of a lentil chili that I made the other day, and it was absolutely delicious. But one of my favorite ways to eat these potatoes is just like this. You just take the potato as though it were an apple and enjoy. And then if you need a little extra flavor, Cholula, my favorite is the Chipotle Cholula, just a little dash of that right on top. Whoa, I'm making a mess. I got Cholula everywhere. Usually I'm not this messy. That's good. That's the best way to do it. Nice and convenient. You might say, oh, that's gross, raw potato. It's not raw, I'm sorry. You might say, oh, that's gross, it's just a cold potato. No, it's not just a cold potato. It is a handful of nutrition. It has more potassium than a banana, and it is, calorie for calorie, one of the most satiating foods that you can find. So, cheers. Have a potato. Thanks for joining me. You have a blessed day.